Hello students, myself Seetu Jaiswal, assistant teacher from Government Inter College Chamroli, Unnao. I welcome you in this class of English. Today we are going to read lesson 4 from your English book Beehive. The name of this lesson is A Truly Beautiful Mind. Students, before starting this class, I would like to ask you some questions. What do you mean by the word genius? A genius is a person who has a level of talent or intelligence that is very rare or remarkable. Name some genius person in the world. Students, when we hear the word genius, names of many people come in our mind. For example, Marie Curie, Stephen Hawking, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison, and many more. Students, see this picture. Who is the person in this picture? Students, this is the picture of a genius scientist, Albert Einstein. Today, in this lesson, A Truly Beautiful Mind, we are going to learn about the life journey of this great scientist, Albert Einstein. The title of the lesson may let you wonder how a scientist's mind can be beautiful. It is so because in this lesson, we will come across another aspect of Einstein. Besides being a scientist, he was a great humanitarian. He advocated world peace and democracy. That is why the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. Students, let's know about the lesson. In this lesson, the author has focused on two aspects of Einstein's personality, as a scientist and as a human being. As a scientist, he made an immense contribution to the world of science, and as a human being, he preached for peace and democracy. Students, let's start reading the lesson from the very first paragraph. All of you pay attention to the pronunciation and try to understand its meaning. Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. To her, his head seemed much too large. Here, indication means sign. Contrary, which means opposite. Freak means strange, unusual, or abnormal. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still was not talking. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. So the youngster played by himself much of the time. He especially loved the mechanical toys. Looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" Here, uttered means said. Boring means dull or not interesting. When and where was Albert Einstein born? Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 in the German city of Ulm. What caused his mother to think he was a freak? His mother thought that Albert was a freak because to her his head seemed much too large and he did not behave, look or think like others. Why was Einstein called Brother Boring by his playmates? His playmates called him Brother Boring because he was shy, introvert, and he did not know the art of interacting with others. Otto Neugebauer, the historian of ancient mathematics, told a story about the boy Einstein that he characterizes as a legend. But that seems fairly authentic. As he was a late talker, his parents were worried. At last, at the supper table one night, he broke his silence to say, "The soup is too hot." Greatly relieved, his parents asked why he had never said a word before. Albert replied, "Because up to now everything was in order." Here, legend means an old story that may be or may not be true. Authentic means real or genuine. Relieved means free from pain, anxiety or distress. Who told a story about Einstein that he characterizes as a legend? Otto Neugebauer, the historian of ancient mathematics, told a story about Einstein that he characterizes as a legend. What was the reason of his parents' worry? His parents were worried because he was a late talker. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he'll never make a success at anything. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. Here, amateur means doing something for personal enjoyment. What did a headmaster tell his father? A headmaster told his father that Einstein would never make a success at anything. What did Einstein begin to learn at the age of 6 and why? Einstein began learning to play violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks in almost every subject. Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. At the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled there that he left the school for good. Here, regimentation means extreme discipline. Clashed means fought or argued. Stifled, be unable to breathe because you have no air or suffocate. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more liberal than Munich. Here, prolonged means continuing for a long time. Liberal means broad-minded person. Why did Einstein leave the school? Einstein hated the school's military-like discipline. He often clashed with his teachers because of his curious nature. He felt so suffocated there that he left the school. From which place they had moved to Milan? They had moved to Milan from Munich. Where did Einstein wanted to study? Einstein wanted to study in Switzerland. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. And after finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. But science was not only the thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. Students, here appealed means pleased. Dashing means energetic or stylish. Walrus, a marine mammal. Einstein had mustache like walrus, which became an integral part of his personality. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Maric, whom he found to be a clever creature. This young Serb has come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines, those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. Here, Serb means citizen of Serbia. Ally means a person who helps and supports. Philistines means a person who does not like art, music or literature. At odds means in conflict or disagree. The couple fell in love. Letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with tenderness. Wrote Einstein, "How happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion." Here affection means love, tenderness means softness, relativity means dependence, conclusion means an end to something. Where did he decide to study after finishing school? After finishing school, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. Who was Mileva Maric? Why did she come to Switzerland? Mileva Maric was a young Serbian girl who came to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degrees. What is the meaning of Philistines? Students, the people who do not like art, literature or music are called as Philistines. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. He is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Here, expert means skillful. Patent means a document giving right. Assessing means evaluating. When did Einstein completed his education? When did Einstein completed his graduation? Einstein completed his graduation in 1900 at the age of 21. How was Einstein developing his own ideas? While doing job of technical assistant, he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, but he was actually developing his own ideas in secret. Students, now we will sum up what we have read. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm. He was a late talker. His mother thought him freak because of his strange behavior. Otto Neugebauer, the historian of ancient mathematics, called him a legend. Einstein began learning to play violin at the age of 6 and later became a gifted violinist. He went to high school in Munich but left the school due to its strict discipline. Einstein continued his education in German-speaking Switzerland. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. Einstein joined a university in Zurich where he met Mileva Maric, whom he fell in love with. He saw in her an ally against the Philistines. He did a job as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. Doing this job, he developed his own ideas in secret, thus started his journey of becoming a great scientist. Now students, this is the recapitulation work. Match the following words of list A with their meanings in list B. See the words in list A: indication, freak, amateur, stifled, authentic. Students, now we will find out the meanings of the words in list A in list B. Indication, it will match to sign. Freak means an unusual person. Amateur, which means not professional. Stifled means suffocated. And authentic will match to real. Thus, students, these are the matching words which will help you to learn the meanings of difficult words. Students, the next exercise for your recapitulation is fill in the blanks. We will complete these lines by filling the blanks with appropriate word. Let's do it. The first line which we will complete is Albert Einstein was born in the German city of, what will come here? Ulm. In the German city of Ulm. The next line is his playmates called him. Students, we have read in this lesson that Albert Einstein was shy and introvert in his childhood. So, he did not know the art of interacting with others. That's why his friends called him Brother Boring. The next sentence is he became a gifted amateur. What will come here? In this blank space, amateur violinist. He became a gifted amateur violinist. He went to high school in which place? Munich. See the next line. Albert's parents moved to, what will come here? Milan. Moved to Milan. Einstein joined a university in Zurich. Einstein fell in love with Mileva Maric. Who was a Serb, because she belonged to Serbia. He did a job of a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. Technical expert. Next sentence is, he called his desk drawer at work the, what will come here? The Bureau of Theoretical Physics. Yes, students, these are filling the blanks which will help you to recall important facts from the life journey of Einstein. Students, here are some facts from Einstein's life. Arrange them in a chronological order. Means we will arrange these facts related to Einstein's life in a chronological order, which means according to the order of time in which these events happened. Let's read it, and after that we will arrange them. Einstein attends a high school in Munich. Einstein's family moves to Milan. Einstein is born in the German city of Ulm. Einstein joins a university in Zurich where he meets Mileva. Tired of the school's regimentation, Einstein withdraws from school. He works in a patent office as a technical expert. Now we will arrange them according to the order of time these events happened. The first one will be Einstein is born in the German city of Ulm. Next will Einstein attends a high school in Munich. It will number 2. Next is tired of the school's regimentation, Einstein withdraws from school. It will come in number 3. Next will Einstein's family moves to Milan. The number 5 will be Einstein joins a university in Zurich where he meets Mileva. And the number 6 will he works in a patent office as a technical expert. Now students, here are the homework for you to do at home. Describe in brief Albert Einstein's early life. What do you know about Mileva Maric? Make nouns from verbs. Indicate, discuss, educate, conclude, admire, arrive, admit, enter and approve. This is the homework for you to do at home. Thus students, this is the first part of the lesson A Truly Beautiful Mind, in which we have read about Einstein's childhood, his student life, his university life and how he developed his ideas in science. Rest of the part will be covered in part 2. I hope all of you have understood this chapter very well. Thank you.